with the app, not only can you listen to the show, make comments about the show, connect with you through Facebook, Twitter, and email. Not only can you listen to the 3 play buttons, but at the bottom of the play buttons, there is a search bar. You can actually make a Google search. You can type in Scriptures on Faith. And when you do that, it'll bring up all the Scriptures on Faith. Now, I did set Safe Search up. So Safe Search is working. I had to test it to make sure it worked. But thank God that thank God I did not get to see anything that was highly inappropriate. Even though I physically looked up those search terms, I had to make sure everything was perfectly working. There are flukes in every single day. There are flukes. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid one day, I made this hot air balloon, but it was a no hot air balloon. And I blew up a balloon and asked a buddy of mine if he could tie it on there, not too tight, but not too loose. So that way there's just enough air that can get out of there. So I held that balloon. I put the little toilet paper tube with the bottom. I put on it with tape onto the bed, and I stretched the string a little bit so it's nice and taut. And I let go of that balloon. That sucker soared through the air like a hot air balloon. Staff was watching me at the little boys' home I was in. Everyone was just amazed. It was so cool. It was the coolest thing I ever created back then. And then I went and did it again with other people, and I kept blowing it up, and finally went poof, and it popped. Oh, I was not happy. And the minute that I've tried to do that again, it will not work. I've tried. I tried to get it just perfect, and it did not work. It worked for that one time only. Until that balloon popped, it no longer worked. No matter how much I tried, it no longer worked. So with that being said, you guys need to pray for me. I'm feeling a little lightheaded right now. So pray for me, guys. But with that being said, there are flukes in this world, and I don't want a fluke to happen to where I don't test something out, and next thing you know, my app's being used for inappropriate reasons that it shouldn't be. That's why in this next feature, I'm going through all the settings, and I'm looking at things. So with that being said, download the app. It's not for me. It is for you, so that we can bless you each and every day of the week. It's not for me. It's for you. It's to be a blessing. Whether it's through the messages I preach, whether it's through the music I play, whatever it is that encourages you each and every day of the week, download that app. It's for you. Don't get me wrong, I love when you guys download the app. It's fabulous. But if you didn't download the app, it wouldn't mean nothing. I wouldn't care. It's not the fact that I want you to download it, it's the fact that I want you to download it because you need to be encouraged each and every week. And it allows you to bring me with you everywhere you go without having to actually sit there and go to all these different places and, yes, okay, your device, whatever the name is, when you say, okay, Google, when you say that, and that's fine, it takes you, to different places, but just go, okay, Google, open podcast portal, and boop, it's done. You just hit the play button when it loads up and you're finished. But there are some features there is another feature that it will be coming out real soon, and it is absolutely stunning. So the first one I tried didn't work. I've tried every different company in town. I've tried Rumble Talk. I've tried all these different places. I've tried Chatsy. I've tried every different area in the world. With that being said, it is a chat feature. I've tried everything in the world. I looked up the term, HTML chat code generator. Nothing. Finally, out of my desperation and in my last wit's end when I was going to bed that day, the other day, I think it was, what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. Thursday morning, though, when I finally got home, and I was about to go hit the bed, I said to my wife, let me check one more thing. I got an idea. let me see what this will do, because I had some options. I was going to rebuild the app all over again from scratch, starting to make a website into an app. Therefore, you can use the chat feature. Well, I put my chat into a Wix.com website, and I published it. I took that and I put it into the web app, and that did nothing. I took a page and I went Control V and copied it to a page on the app maker I'm using, and that did nothing. So I tried everything with that. With these, I tried different ones. I even tried ones that looked extremely ugly, that no one would probably ever be that enthused to use. Like, for example, Kick Messenger decided to have an ugly look to where let me put it to you this way: the border was thin. There was no actual definition to the app, to the chat feature. It was basic. You couldn't send pictures, and if that's the way Kick Messenger or any other like Facebook Messenger looks like, you would never want to use it. So it's like I went down to the bare bones minimum to just, you can talk to the listeners and it's ugly looking. And you would never dream of downloading that to your phone and displaying something that ugly. So I went down to the bare bones. But none of that actually worked. I've tried. I tried making a page. I tried creating a website into a page. I tried every single thing in the world, and nothing. I put the HTML code into the app, and on the preview it was beautiful. But as soon as that preview was gone, and I downloaded that app, it did nothing. I tried. I couldn't figure it. So finally, I told my wife, I said, let me give this one last try. I'm going to try something. I said, I've done this before. Kind of did it before. I didn't realize that at that moment. I didn't do it before yet. I said, I probably did it before. I said, I've got nothing from it, but let me at least give it one last ditch effort. So I turned on my computer and I said, okay, Google. I said, iframe chat code generator. Because there are generators that generate iframes. An iframe basically is a code of text for HTML that allows you to, whatever website's in the middle of that iframe, it allows you to take that website and put it into an audio device that allows you to hit a play button, play some audio. With that being said, I've tried everything. So I said, okay, Google. I said, iframe chat code generator. And the first website that popped up said generate chat iframe. And I said, cool, I'm going to try it. I was skeptical. And I tried, I gave him my email. I made a username, Mr. TJ. I have since changed that to admin. But I gave him an email and a username. I made a password. Just like they said, they sent an email to my email address to the community called 222@gmail.com, because that's where the community is. And this is a community feature. I was trying to get on there. I opened the email and I clicked on the, activate my account. And as soon as I got to the activate my account, they gave me an iframe code. I clicked on it, I highlighted it, I copied it, and I pasted it into my app maker. And then I hit the refresh button on the internet. And so far, it worked. At first, it didn't look so hot. It's on the internet. It's on my actual app maker, so it's not going to look the greatest at first. And I said, it's not really looking so hot right now. Let's download and at least see if it works. Knowing me, I was skeptical. I have disbelief too sometimes. Mr. TJF does have some disbelief. Everyone has to have some disbelief. You can't believe absolutely everything in this world. You have to have some disbelief. That's what makes us human. If we believed everything God said to a T every single day of the week and never faltered, we would never need God. But see, that makes us human because our human mind has to disbelieve some things. Not everything that we see and that processes through our brain is going to be believable. So with that being said, I had some disbelief, but I downloaded it. I saved it to my phone. I moved it faithfully over to the spot where I wanted it on my phone into a folder on my phone, which has got all my podcasting stuff, my Spreaker Studio for Android, all my places where I'm at, my Stitcher, my Podbean, my Podcast Addict, and all those things. I got my developer's account where I can tell who's doing what with the app and who's downloaded it and how many people here, there, and whatnots. So all my little podcasting stuff is right there in that folder. Everything, Spreaker Studio, Spreaker.com, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, the Play Council, which on my developer account, Meetup for podcasting, Audio Recorder for podcasting, Aptoid Uploader, so I can upload my app to Aptoid for my podcast, my PayPal account for my podcast, my Zoom meetings for my podcast, so I can do Zoom meetings with the chaplains as well, my Amazon App Store, so I can upload the news version to there. My Twitch account, which is going to be for my podcasting. My contacts, which I don't know why my contacts are there. They actually, well, it does have to do with podcasting because then I can use that to look up certain things. Swag Attire, which is my store, which still has to do with podcasting. Stitcher. My podcast portal updates, which takes you straight to Google Play, google.com, takes you straight to the web version so I can upload my APK file to it, and, of course, Podcast Portal. Now, with Podcast Portal is there, too. So, that folder is where I loaded it into, I slid it over to that folder, specifically for that folder, and I said, okay, let's do this. I went and opened up Podcast Portal for the first time in a while to test the feature. Okay, I went and I scrolled around, make sure things were working right, make sure everything's working right. Evangelist should be playing. I just fixed that button as well. But as soon as I got to the chat feature, I went from left to right on the screen, opened up my settings menu, I clicked on the chat feature, and all of a sudden, it happened. It said htmlchat.com. I said, wait a minute. It asked me for my name. So I clicked in my name, which was admin257 at that moment, to see what happens. And it opened up. I'm like, and I started sending myself a message. I said, it's working. I'm sending a message. I said, I think this is going to work. I said, but it's ugly. I got excited. I showed my wife this. It really is. It is ugly. As ugly as you can get, I thought at first. But then I got excited and I was like, I actually got a chat on my phone that's working on my app. I was so excited. And so finally, what I'm going to say is this, so I don't get too talking about it. I finally went and looked at all the settings. I looked at some of the things I can do, some of the things I can't do. I found out that this thing is phenomenal. Whoever created this, they got a free version and a paid version. I do not need the free version, the paid version at all. I can use the free version and be a happy, happy camper. Again, that's html5.com. That's html5.com. That's html, the number 5.com. Go there and get your own chat function in HTML. And I'm going to probably be doing a YouTube video. I'm going to do a YouTube video. This is going to be hilarious. I'm going to do a YouTube video, a tutorial video, and it's going to be how to create a chat application Yes, how to create a chat application in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. How to create a chat application in 2 minutes. And it's going to be the easiest tutorial I've ever done.